Thank you, everybody, for swinging by to another episode of Tag and Talk. I appreciate your time. I am joined today by perhaps the most special guest I may ever have. Who are you and how did you get into my tackle store?
My name is Charlie, and I got in because you invited me.
Okay, I have my granddaughter, Charlie, who has been fishing with me and my father-in-law, Captain Cliff. We call him Krusty Captain Cliff on here. For years, ever since you were a wee lass. And we are going to hear from you today what you think about fishing. Stick around. So Charlie, when is the last time you went fishing? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember the exact date.
Not the exact date. Like month ago?
A couple months ago, like
Couple
last
months ago?
year.
Okay. So when you go fishing, do you always go with, like, does your dad take you? Does anybody else get to take you? Is it pretty much just you and...
Yeah, it's usually me and my dad.
Usually your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And so does he take care of everything for you? Like,
Yes.
hooks everything up? Okay. So you last went out a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it had to be a while ago because your dad has been traveling for a long time.
Yeah, like I think it was 8 months that he's
So,
been gone.
okay, many months. So probably maybe nearly a year.
Yeah.
You need to go fishing.
I know.
He's back now. He better take you fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dad, take her fishing. Okay. I love it. So he took you out. What were you using to catch a fish?
Like a bobber and worm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hooked up a bobber, you throw it out there, and you caught some fish.
Yeah.
And you don't know exactly what they were?
No.
Okay. But you caught several fish.
Yes.
Okay. And you did. The most important thing is, did you have a good time? Do you find it fun?
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And how old are you?
I'm 9.
Oh, you're 9. And you're not too far away from 10.
Yeah.
Now, do you know how long you've been fishing?
Maybe since I was like 7 or 6 or 7.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
I think we took you out when you were a little one. I remember.
Was it on
man.
that boat?
You know, I was going to ask you what's the the youngest you remember? Do you remember, like, what's the furthest back you remember fishing? Because we've gone on boats together a couple times. So I don't know which one you're talking about.
The one where I've kissed the fish.
Oh my goodness. I don't remember. Was that with me? Was it just you and me on a boat? Do you remember that?
Or was you, me, and Grandpa. Yeah.
Okay, that was probably Pine Hollow. I think it was Pine Hollow. And man, that was years ago. Yeah. I think you might have started fishing. Your mom would know, but it was probably, 5 or 6? I don't know. You were little. You probably don't remember that far, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've always liked fishing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends that like fishing?
I mean, I haven't asked them, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you like to do it every so often, but it's not like your favorite thing to go do all the time, right? Is that fair?
I would like to do it more often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you like to fish?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I just like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you like doing things that are outside?
Yes.
Okay,
I love
so you like to get outdoors.
Yes, I love the outdoors. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Now, so you don't mess with rigging the stuff up for the fish. You don't do the knots and have to do all that, right?
No.
Okay.
I have no clue how to do that.
Okay, and you don't really care to know how to do that. Or would you like to learn that one day?
Yeah, I think I would like to learn
Okay,
that.
got it. Okay. So you enjoy, now, you like being outdoors. So you like other outdoor activities. Do you, what's your favorite part? Catching the fish or when it like hits?
I love when it hits.
Okay. Yeah. So like now how do you feel when you feel that bite?
Excited.
Excited? Yeah. Okay. You're just like, ooh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love,
awesome.
Like, reeling it in.
You like the reeling part?
Yeah.
Okay. So you love feeling the fish on there and it gets you all excited and it's kind of a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get the fish in, because sometimes they get off, right? That's happened to you a bunch.
Yes,
and you're like,
it has.
So how do you feel when the fish gets off? What do you feel?
I don't know.
No,
Just, like,
so it doesn't bother you too much. You just get back
No.
in, or are you upset, frustrated?
it doesn't bother me too much.
No,
like,
it's just part of fishing.
yeah.
You understand that, and you're good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you've gone out fishing and not caught any fish before, right? Has that happened to you?
I'm pretty sure, like, one of my trips that happened.
Yeah, so that's
probably
happened.
more.
And you're okay with that? Like you try again another time?
Yeah.
You still want to keep trying? Because you've caught fish, so you know how exciting it can be?
Yeah.
Is that you think why?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Now, you told me something the other day that I hadn't heard many people say. Do you remember what it was? You made me laugh.
No.
Okay. You like to touch the fish. You like to grab the fish.
I do like to touch the fish.
I love that. Okay, so why do you like to grab the fish so much? Is it the
They're
feel?
slimy.
Oh, so you think that's interesting to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that
I
feeling
also
doesn't
like
bother you.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. And then, so you like to catch the fish, you like to feel it because it's something that like you can't feel
that often.
anywhere else, right? Yeah, that's unique. And then, do you eat fish? Do you like to eat fish? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So sometimes, do you guys keep any fish where you are? We won't talk where you live exactly, but.
Yeah, like cooked fish or like pet fish?
Well, certainly not pet. You don't have any pet fish, do you?
No.
Yeah. So any of the fish that you catch, do you ever cook them,
No.
clean and
Yeah,
eat
we
them?
always let them out.
It's just catch and release?
Yeah.
So you're just doing it for fun?
Yeah.
I will say, you do live near one of the best bass fishing lakes in the world.
We do?
Yeah, Lake Gunnersville is one of the best bass. I'm very jealous. Yeah, so if you ever got into that, and if your dad has the time to take you out there, yeah, we'll have to do that when I visit sometime. Okay, so you like to fish. You're okay with not catching fish. I got to tell everybody a story. One time we took you. Do you remember this? It's been a few years, but not too many. I think you were 6 or 7, maybe. And we took you out to a trout farm, and you were just crushing it. Do you remember that? I think you had your frozen rod. Do you remember this?
I know my frozen rod.
It might have been longer ago than I realized. So you had it's Disney, right? Disney frozen. Yeah, you had your frozen rod. So that little like spin cast, and that's this long. And I remember you were catching so many trout, and I needed to slow down because I was trying to do something else. And I was like, here, see if you can catch a trout with just a bare hook. You had a red hook, an octopus, like eagle claw hook. And sure enough, I went to go do something, and you're like, I have a fish on. You caught a fish on a bare hook. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, my goodness. We'll throw up some pictures of that because that was a fun trip. Yeah, you savaged those fish. Okay, so do you get bored sometimes when you go fishing?
Sometimes, because it can take a long time to catch one.
Okay.
Like to get one on the hook.
Okay, so sometimes it's not happening as quickly as you would like, and it starts to get boring.
Yes.
Okay, what is your honest opinion when that happens? Like, do you want to stop doing it? Do you want to, like, what goes through your mind?
Mostly.
Because I think this is everybody, right? Like, so certainly, I think it's interesting to hear from a young person who has lots of other things to do and energy and friends and different things. But even adults like me, if I'm not catching fish, I start to be like, I could go home and, I don't know, clean my house or something.
Yeah.
So how do you start feeling? You're like, I want to go home, or like, what happens?
I'm usually like, I kind of want to reel it back in and like throw it like somewhere else.
Very interesting.
And then if that doesn't work after like 4 or 5 more times, then I'm just like,
Okay, so that's interesting because I think a lot of people do take really young kids, especially. I think you see this out fishing, and they get bored, and they want to be casting, right? So it's at least they're doing something.
yeah.
And sometimes it's better to just let it sit there, right? And so it's like really hard. So I get that. You'd like to just try casting, but it's also good if you're not catching a fish after a while in one spot to try a new spot, right?
Yeah.
Like go put it somewhere else. So actually it kind of makes sense to cover water. That's what we call that, right? We're just trying new spots. And then after that doesn't work and you've done 4 or 5 of those, and then you move, like you walk down to a different part of the lake or a different part of the river, you do it again. So when that all fails and you're just not catching fish, what is your advice to people? Do you have anything? So like like if you have a young kid and you go out, because you can't always catch a fish, right? You can't
Yeah.
make it happen unless you go to a trout farm or something like that where there's just so many fish. And
Oh, now I remember that.
yeah. You
Yes.
remember?
Okay. Yes. Now. Okay.
It was a good time.
Okay. Yes.
You caught like, I don't know, 8 fish in like an hour or something like
I
that as
remember.
well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was that the place with the peacocks?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. You remember now.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And you just crushed the fish. So like, if you go to a place like that, that really helps. So that's kind of a good idea. If somebody's taking a little kid fishing for their first time and you want them to get a fish, and that way they understand how it can feel and how it can be fun, those kind of places are a good place, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you liked
really.
that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're going to get a fish.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And then there was a time when you and I went and trolled for fish, and I don't think we caught much. And then there was a little stocked pond. Do you remember that? We went out on my boat, and we were trolling around. We might have caught a few fish, actually. I think you caught a couple fish. And before we left, we went to a little lake, and you went around the lake. And do you remember catching that fish there? I might have to dig up. I think I have you on camera. I have a video of that.
Really? Was
Yeah.
it like big or?
That was a probably 8-10 inch trout, rainbow trout. I'll dig it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you like fishing from a boat better or on the bank better?
I kind of like a boat.
You like the boat?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll get back to my question because I did ask you a question I didn't let you answer. But this might be part of it, right? So it's like sometimes you aren't going to catch a fish, and especially if it's a young kid, they're going to get bored and want something else to do, right?
Yeah.
So why do you like, is there other things to do on the boat? Like, is being on the boat fun in and of itself? Why do you like the boat?
I like the boat because it's like out in open water, and
Mhm.
I think it's like pretty out there. And
Okay.
Yeah.
The outdoors part.
Yes.
So
yeah,
like you
that's
get to
true.
be out on the water and enjoy being on the water as opposed to on the shore, just the shore, and that's kind of fun too.
Mhm.
So there's other things you can do to enjoy the outdoors, even when fishing's slow.
Yeah.
Okay. What, like if you were to go outdoors and the fishing it just sucks, right? You're not catching any fish. What would you like to do? Is there something that you could bring or a different activity you could shift to that you would like to do?
If it's outdoors,
Mhm.
I like to bring like this little blanket out
Okay.
and just like a book or something, and I just
Okay.
read. Yeah.
Okay, so you would like, so you would say bring a blanket, a book, something else, some other toys or something if the kid's real little and like has a favorite toy, and just enjoy the outdoors. Like bring a picnic maybe, something like that, a
Yeah.
lunch, something like, okay, cool. So do you think it's smart to have something else to do in case fishing is really slow?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
'Cause,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because it can be very slow.
It can be very slow,
Very, very
no
slow.
matter who you are. Even the pros have slow days, right? Okay. So bring something else, a little backup, and I think it's important. Tell me what you think. Is it important to make sure that if you're taking a new really young kid fishing, right? Because you're young, but you're not like 5, 6, right? So to let them know that they're not just guaranteed to catch a fish. Does that make sense? Would that be helpful to be like, hey, just so you know, you may get one, may not, and then we have other fun things to do?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. When are we going to go fishing next? I didn't know you still liked it.
I don't know. Like here or at my house?
Hey, wherever. Let's just say next visit, we go fishing. Yeah? You're
Yeah.
in? You're in?
Yeah,
You're excited
I'm
about
in,
that.
yeah.
I love that. That's so cool. Just because you just like getting outdoors and then the possibility of getting that fish on that line on the end of that rod, it just makes you excited. You like, I could tell right now you're excited.
Yeah.
You're a girl after my own heart. Okay. Awesome. Any other advice for people that you want to share? Do you think it's a good thing to take kids fishing? Do you think it's good for people?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Is it the getting outdoors part, or what do you think makes it a good thing to do?
I think the getting outdoors part is good.
Okay.
And also if they get to feel that
That excitement
of catching. Of,
Okay.
like,
You
getting
are
on
a
the
little
line.
thrill seeker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, thank you for sharing your opinion on fishing and what you like about it and how people can make sure that taking young kids out can be a fun time, whether they catch fish or not, because that's really important, right? Because it's really tough when you take somebody fishing and they get nothing, and all they are is super bored and are like, I don't get why this is fun because they didn't get that tug. And then that's not good, because once you get that once, you're like, oh, I see. And then you want to keep going. And I think it's good too, because it gets you off the phone, off the computer, which is fine, but it's nice to go get a breath of fresh air every now and then, huh?
Yeah.
I think you need to get some of your friends out fishing. You should ask them and see if any of them like it. Maybe you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Thank you all for swinging by. Charlie, high five. You're the best. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your deep, deep wisdom with everybody. We will catch you all on the next one. Give him the peace sign, Charlie.